Maplewood, Ohio was the kind of town where people rarely locked their doors. At the heart of this close-knit community was Emily Carter, a 32-year-old nurse at the county hospital. Patients adored her, colleagues admired her, and friends described her as selfless and devoted. To everyone who knew her, Emily lived the picture of a perfect life. A stable career, a charming house, and a marriage to her high school sweetheart, Daniel Carter. But on the night of October 12, 2016, that picture-perfect image shattered. Emily finished her late-night hospital shift around 11 p.m. She waved goodbye to her coworkers, stepped into the dimly lit parking lot, and was never seen alive again. The next morning, her car was found in the lot. The driver's door was unlocked. Her purse was inside. Even her phone was on the passenger seat. It looked as if Emily had vanished in the space between her car and the hospital doors. At first, investigators suspected a random act of violence, perhaps an abduction by a strange. Search parties combed the woods. Flyers were plastered across Maplewood. Neighbors left their porch lights on for her. But as days turned into weeks, no leads surfaced. Detectives then began looking deeper into Emily's personal life, and what they found told a very different story. Her marriage to Daniel wasn't as happy as it appeared. Friends recalled her confiding about arguments and growing tension at home. Even more shocking, Emily had been having a secret relationship with a fellow nurse, Rebecca Miles, for nearly a year. The discovery shifted the investigation. Was this really the work of a stranger? Or did Emily's disappearance stem from something far more personal? Detectives turned their attention to Daniel. Outwardly, he was calm, cooperative, and provided an alibi. He claimed he was at home that night, and neighbors supported his story. But a closer look at surveillance cameras told a different tale. Footage from a gas station, 2 miles from the hospital, captured Daniel's truck at 11:23 p.m., the exact time Emily went missing. That was the first crack. The second came when investigators searched his truck and found blood traces beneath the bed liner. DNA confirmed it belonged to Emily. Through text messages recovered from Emily's phone, the final piece of the puzzle emerged. The night before she vanished, Emily had told Daniel she planned to leave him and move in with Rebecca. For Daniel, the news was unbearable. Not only was his marriage collapsing, but his wife was leaving him for another woman. In a town where appearances mattered, the humiliation was more than he could take. On the night of her disappearance, Daniel confronted Emily in the hospital parking lot. He begged her to reconsider. When she refused, rage took over. He attacked her, and her body was later found hidden in a wooded area outside town. On October 29, 2016, Daniel Carter was arrested and charged with murder. In his confession, he claimed he lost control, but prosecutors argued it was a calculated act of rage. For Maplewood, the case was devastating. A man once seen as a devoted husband was revealed as a killer. Friends and neighbors struggled to reconcile the man they knew with the darkness inside him. Emily's death left a wound that time has not healed. For those closest to her, the tragedy remains a painful reminder. Sometimes, the greatest danger doesn't come from strangers lurking in the dark, but from the person standing right beside you.